Saying that Kamala Harris is a strong, independent woman who is going to get women their reproductive freedoms back is woefully wrong. Let's address reproductive freedom first and foremost. The Democratic Party has worked tirelessly to help Republicans strip women of their reproductive rights. Don't believe me? Look at Barack Obama's presidency. Barack Obama had the opportunity to codify Roe v. Wade. In fact, that was a campaign promise to Planned Parenthood. First day in office that Barack Obama would do that. The minute he got in office, he refused to codify Roe v. Wade. Barack Obama set Republicans up very well to take reproductive rights away from women by giving them the ability to take so many judge seats as well as a Supreme Court justice seat. Now, what they did was they did political theater. They made it seem like Mitch McConnell had cheated Barack Obama out of those seats. The fact is, Barack Obama could have appointed each and every one of those seats with a recess appointment. He actively chose not to. And it is the same reason why Joe Biden refused to use the bully pulpit of the presidency to try to do anything for women once he became president, despite the fact that he also had the House and the Senate. Many people will say that he couldn't do things because of Joe Manchin and Christian Sinema. The fact is, Joe Biden used Joe Manchin and Christian Sinema to not have to fulfill any of his campaign promises. There was never any interest in giving women their reproductive rights back. And the reason for this is women and people who care about women showing up to the polls is largely because of reproductive rights. The DNC loves that women lost their reproductive rights. They have capitalized off of it 100%. And it's why they will never give women their reproductive rights back, because they worked so hard for those rights to be taken away. So Kamala Harris is not going to give women their reproductive rights back. Number two, Kamala Harris is being endorsed not only by Dick Cheney and Liz Cheney. Dick Cheney is the worst person that has ever come out of the United States in our current time. He is responsible for more death and destruction than anybody else in this country, despite what biases you may have politically. Harris is also being endorsed by 200 of the most anti-choice Republicans in Congress. They are not going to endorse somebody who's going to give women their reproductive health care back. When Kamala Harris says she's going to fight for women's rights, she is laughing at you. She is laughing at every other woman who has supported her at her cocktail parties with these Republicans. They all go to the International Prayer Breakfast together to meet and pick up new donors. They don't work for you. The only reason Kamala Harris became vice president because she doesn't stand for anything. She doesn't believe in anything. She doesn't offer anything. And the fact that she did not have a platform for her campaign when she ran for president up until very, very recently, when every other candidate, even vice president, like Hillary Clinton, for example, had a platform that you could review well before they even ran. The reason why Harris is where she is today is because she is a soulless husk who will do whatever corporations and Israel and Ukraine want her to do. And she is a black woman. She is literally the DNC placating the very demographic that they have taken advantage of for the past several decades. The DNC does not care about black people. If you don't believe me, all you have to do is look at the Biden-Harris administration. They tripled funding for police even after Black Lives Matter, resulting in far more deaths at the hands of police like Sonia Massey. They tripled police violence under their administration. They don't care about black people. They are using black people. And don't get me wrong, I'm not supporting Republicans, but Republicans are not in power right now. Harris even built a career hunting down and attacking black people, from using truancy violations to go after poor parents, to keeping people already incarcerated for nonviolent crimes in longer than their sentencing to give the state free labor. And then we come to the biggest reason of them all. Harris, for the last 4 years, has assisted Joe Biden in bankrolling the most well-documented genocide in current human history and threatening the Palestinians with a Trump presidency, with a hypothetical genocide, because Trump will do the same thing, but Harris is currently doing it. And anybody who believes that she'll stop is a complete moron. Her husband is an outspoken Zionist. She owes a very large portion of her career to the AIPAC Israeli lobby. At the end of the day, if anything, Harris represents the fact that there is no significant difference between her and Donald Trump, and no significance between the Republican and the Democratic Party. It has never been the Republican versus the Democrat. It has been the rich versus the working class. And Kamala Harris is unarguable evidence of this, as she is far more right-wing than probably even Donald Trump.